So today we've got a Lifeweaver gameplay, and we're going to be reviewing it, looking for mistakes and places that we could improve. And if you would like to have your gameplay reviewed here on the show, send me the import code to DudeNoWayLive@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to turn it into some content. Right off the start, why are you not at the spawn door? What are you doing all the way back there? Stop squandering your opportunity for advantages. Be at the spawn door.
Round one.
Okay, at least you weren't AFK though. Okay, so real quick, Lucio. Let's go, dude. The match has started. What are you doing back there? This is a competitive game too, right? Yep, there he is. All right, so now Lucio is back with us, and we already are down one character because your team went out not as a team. If you're gonna play comp, if you're gonna get together, you want to play some comp in Overwatch, make sure that you are at the spawn door and ready to go as soon as the match starts. If you're not ready, just don't queue. Okay, so you are charging up your healing there. Nothing wrong with that. Your Genji is in front of your tank, so you have a Genji tank for whatever reason. Looks like a D.Va DPS here. And I'm not seeing any advancement on your team. Everybody seems very scared to go around this corner. You're all gonna get booped off this bridge by Pharah. Somebody needs to move forward here. And like, yeah, okay, so this is good. Like, you're healing, that's totally fine. Pretty sure you're healing, you're charging it all the way up. You don't necessarily need to charge it all the way up. Right around like 50 to 60 range is totally fine. And then you can let go, and then just keep doing that over and over again. But again, no one is really doing anything on your team. There is a separate way too. Like, there's another way you guys could go. You're all just kind of standing there looking at them, and while, you know, the Mexican standoff is cool, you know, like the sound effect that High Noon makes, right? That whee! That's what's happening right now, dude. Like, everybody's just standing on the opposite sides of the bridge to each other. There we go, we figured it out. Alright, so we're moving forward. D.Va has gone in a little bit hard here. D.Va has the potential to fly straight past these people. You know, she could fly over here and onto the point, thus splitting up the enemy team. But for whatever reason, she just decided to dive right in the middle of them. And with Pharah being here and the D.Va being here, you can see she's utilizing her rockets. It looks like, oh no, that's Briggs. That's Briggs' mace. So Briggs' mace is coming through. You can see that Moira is beaming her. So this D.Va is going to be out of mech in like 1 second. And there's nothing you can do to save her. She's just going to be out of mech. It is what it is. In this moment, I would just heal up Lucio and let D.Va be out of mech and die for the mistake she made. And there she goes. She's out of mech. Good, you healed up Lucio. Good stuff. You pulled back baby D.Va. Unfortunately, if you'd have saved that, D.Va needs to be punished for the moment where she messed up, right? She needs to know, what the hell, dude? Anyway, she's wearing a hair mask. Right here, I think Lucio's about to fall off the map. If you'd have saved that and let D.Va die for her mistake, then you probably could have saved Lucio. Let's see if he actually dies. But you died trying to find out, right? That's unfortunate. You got hit by Ashe and you got hit by Pharah at the same moment. And the D.Va will inevitably die anyway. And your Genji is down. This push is over on your guys' part. Like I was saying, you know, everybody should be moving around to the point. But when I meant move around to the point, I'd like go across the bridge, move to the point. I didn't mean run here, stand directly in front of all 5 of them, and get your face kicked in, dude. Like, I don't know what D.Va thought was going to happen, but that's her own fault. I'm gonna back it up to here. We're gonna watch as baby D.Va flounders around on the floor like Magikarp. And she only lived because of the healing aura from Lucio. Otherwise, she would definitely be dead. You are back, so let's go ahead and put it on you. You are also dropping heals their way. Again, you don't really need to charge this up to 80. You could just let it go around like 50 to 60. That's totally fine. You'll get more healing output that way. But I see you're holding it. You're holding it. Okay, so you are letting it go. All right, cool. Your tank could have died. Look, man. Look at this, dude. She still does not have a mech. In the time that it took for her to be demeched, you have already died, you've respawned, you came back, you've been standing here for like 10 seconds. She could have just jumped off the edge and had another mech by now. But she's so worried about her KD that she's gonna just keep going, just trying to shoot them until she gets a mech. It's a waste of everyone's time. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Look at that, dude. This is the right thing to do in this moment because, like, at this point, you pretty much have figured out that your team isn't going to do anything, right? So, like, right now, because nobody has damage on them really, even though D.Va's back there and she just got her mech, like now's the time, maybe the tank should be in front of you. But in reality, no one's doing anything on your team. So I think it's totally fine to be using your thorns here. Maybe you get a kill, you know, maybe you pick somebody off or you get somebody low and Genji can dive them. Sometimes the support players have to be the one who takes care of business, right? And that's just how it is. So you're dropping the heals, you're throwing the heals out. Good, you didn't overcommit to the DPS, which I appreciate. Again, your D.Va is just scared, bro. She's just afraid. Like, dude, there's a back way. Lucio could just jump across. You know, Genji could jump across. Junkrat can mine himself across. You don't even need to walk around the long way. This is nuts. This is insane to me. Kind of thorning into the D.Va's defense matrix. Your D.Va just, she had the brilliant idea to maybe we take a different way. You heard her say, group up with me? Oh my god, revolutionary, dude. Just gotta be careful about that, Ashe, because you know she put you down in the past. You are full health right now, so she can't kill you in one headshot. But that being said, like, the Ashe combined with a Pharah rocket can kill you very, very quickly, so you just want to be careful. I'm gonna try and keep Genji up. He's standing on a health pack right now. He's kind of playing his own game, right? And you can see, as soon as they go to a different angle, the team just kind of breaks off from the choke. So, like, since D.Va has Lucio with her, right now, I think it would be totally fine for you and Junkrat and Genji to walk around across the bridge so that you kind of sandwich them in the middle on the point. And then by doing that, you might actually create an advantage for yourself that you don't otherwise have. But instead, you're just going to move the front of the fight. This isn't your fault either. This is specifically the whole team kind of not really knowing what to do in this moment. So instead of the fight being right here, now the fight is over there. Everybody's just going to be looking at each other, but from a different place, right? See, Junkrat has figured it out. Oh my god, chat, he's figured it out. Jesus Christ, look at him go. That's amazing. Alright, cool. You're keeping everybody up. Doing good. You're releasing the healing early, like I said, so that you can get out more healing output. Good. D.Va needs to stop being afraid, dude. Like there's a brig right here. You know, D.Va can fly over here and kind of juke them out and then fly up and into the window, right? And then, like, people will think, oh my god, D.Va's going this way, and they'll leave the point, and that'll give her a minute to dive on people and use her rockets. Like, your tank is not tanking. She's just kind of meat shielding. This is the definition of a meat shield, right? Like when a Roadhog walks up to the point and he misses his hook, so he just kind of stands there doing this and getting shot for a while until his hook comes off cooldown. That's what D.Va's doing right now. Again, this is totally fine because somebody needs to create an advantage for your team. You see, your Junkrat is an absolute genius and he fell off the map on his own. I take it back. Maybe him going across the gap wasn't such a good idea after all. D.Va's getting low, but you are committing to tossing some thorns in there. Nothing wrong with that. At this moment, you are now the tank, right? So everybody has realized that D.Va kind of left and the whole team turned and looked at you and they were like, what's this guy doing here? So I would be very careful about being in this position for more than, like, 1 second. Like, you gotta go right now. You're starting to realize that. You're gonna back up and let Genji do his thing. Your D.Va is killing me. It's time to put the Tree of Life on the point and pray to the Overwatch gods that somebody picks up their controller and wants to play a game today. There you go. Good stuff, good stuff. And your D.Va's already out of mech, dude. Oh my god. So if this, the Ashe on the other team just called in Bob, and if Bob lands, like, right here, or anywhere inside the point, you guys are really, really up Shit's Creek. If she sends Bob out here, then you guys are fine, and you just walk into the point and completely ignore Bob. Let's see where Bob goes. Maybe not the best place, because she put it right next to the Tree of Life. That being said, everybody's ult is about to come out at the same time, right? You got Bob came out, your Tree of Life went down, D.Va is using her D.Va bomb. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more ults, like maybe Genji uses his ult, or maybe Lucio pops his ult. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Pharah uses her rockets. Aw, fam. So you had the moment, when you heard nerf this, you had the moment to just gently walk to the left and disengage with this D.Va bomb. Literally like 5 feet to your left, bang, and that doesn't hit you at all. It hurts to see. You're about to die to D.Va's bomb. Yeah, sorry, dude. The reaction speed you know, you didn't have a chance to react to that, unfortunately. But on the plus side, we've got your Genji is over here about to waste his ultimate with Bob on the point, so at least there's that, right? Like, Genji is gonna get no value right now because he's gonna try and kill this Brig, who can just boop him away or put up her shield, and Genji is surrounded. Like, there's nothing he can do with Dragon Blade at this moment, and we're going to watch as he dies pretty much immediately and gets no value. Ready? Oh my god, he got someone. I thought for sure he was just gonna run into the point. Killing Ashe is good, but that doesn't save Bob being on the point. Bob doesn't actually go away when Ashe dies, so he's still gonna be there for a few more seconds. And there goes Genji, he's going in. It's silly time here on Lijiang Tower. You can see that the Brig is now popping her ultimate, so that is, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, yours, 4, and 5 ultimates now on the point. No reason for Brig to have popped her ult right there. They still have the advantage. They're only down one person. They really, like, Bob is still here, right? Like, so even if Ashe went down, they still have a 5th DPS on the point, or a 5th player on the point. Like, there's no reason for her to have used her Brig ult right there. It is what it is, though. At least it's gone, right? Okay, so Bob is gone now. Your Junkrat is now on the point, and the stagger train has left the station. You can see your Lucio is on the other side of the point here, healing himself, and instead of going back to the team, who he knows will have to be speed boosted back up to the point, Lucio is just going to hang out around the point here, and he's going to do nothing. And Junkrat, since he decided to jump in while there are 3 people on the point, is also going to accomplish nothing. So let's see what happens. So he puts down his trap. Maybe it catches Brig, and it does. But again, he just can't do anything, right? Like, they're gonna see him, they're just gonna immediately kill him. And yep, and there he goes. He's just getting booped all over the place, and he's gone, right? Absolutely nothing, no value out of that Junkrat. Thanks a lot, dude. Much appreciated. I think at that moment, he was just kind of floundering for something to do, right? Like, please, let me have some value, but, like, it just ain't gonna happen. I see you dropping the pedal right now. I think you can utilize the pedal and the height that the pedal gives you. If you were a little bit closer, it would probably work better, to bridge this gap with your movement ability. Just throw it a little bit closer next time. I still think you're gonna be able to make it. Yeah. And you came in the window, that was really good. That gave you an opportunity to potentially save D.Va for a couple of seconds, and potentially, maybe she even gets the other D.Va out of mech. That'd be wild, huh? But you see this Ashe is right here. You need to line of sight the Ashe, which you can do by just gently backing up a little bit. This Pharah is gonna kick your face in, though, so, you know, be careful. I see you life gripping the D.Va right now. That will protect her in the moment that she needs protection the most. And with your Lucio is still here, right? He's just not on the point helping anyone. He's just line of sighting all of you, doing absolutely fuck all outside the point. If he comes in, maybe he can utilize his aura to do something. I see you're trying, man. You're doing your best. You save D.Va for a second. Lucio uses his, let's break it, his drop the beat, but in doing so, he jumped beforehand, so he is way, way up in the sky, and will not, I don't think he will get to put the extra health on you before you die. You have 16 hit points. You have 12 hit points. That's even worse. And it's going to take him at least a half of a second to fall to the floor. I'd be surprised if you live long enough to get the additional hit points. Oh my god, you did. Alright, well, you did. Your 12 hit points held it out for you. Genji. Come on, bro. So Genji fell off the map. Wherever Genji went, he fell off the map. Just immediately dead. No value. 0 value out of Genji. You backed up and you're out of the way here. Your D.Va is out of mech right now. Utilizing her ultimate. Got no value with it. That's unfortunate, but at least she forced people back. You actually demeched the D.Va on the other team, which is the first actually good thing that has happened in the entire game from your side. You know, you put the tree of life on the point earlier. That was the right thing to do, but as soon as the ultimate spam started coming out, there's kind of nothing you can really do at that moment. Demeching the D.Va is your best possible scenario for maybe getting through this. The only thing that you need now, your Lucio needs to come inside, right? Like, he needs to get in here and be on the point so that his aura is helping, and then your D.Va needs to dive this Pharah and keep her locked down. And if she can do that, potentially you guys might take this point here. But it ain't gonna happen, huh? So the Moira's back there. She's using the Kamehameha to throw you through this wall for whatever reason. The D.Va was also helping her. You also took damage from Brig. I don't know how you took damage from Brig. Maybe she assisted the Moira or something like that, but you also got shot by Ashe at that moment. So that was all of your hit points instantly. this isn't going to play out well for your team. That's unfortunate, but let's just watch it happen. The D.Va goes down. That's huge. Actually huge. The Junkrat is using his ult. Maybe he does something here. And he got 1 kill. You know what? We'll take it. At this moment, any kill is better than no kill. Your D.Va is fighting Brig, but needs to be locking down the real threat, which is Pharah. While Brig is a dangerous character in her own right, like Pharah's splash damage can really destroy your guys' push here on the point, and you desperately, desperately need this to work. And your D.Va is clueless, dude. All right, you have a Reaper now. Potentially that could help you guys here on the point in this very close quarter scenario. You can see that your Lucio is getting killed by this Moira right now. And while Moira doesn't actually have enough damage to kill Lucio, actually I think she does, but it's very slow, right? The Moira being here at all means that she is potentially in range of the Reaper to be killed. But you can see right next to Lucio's feet, before I miss this, is the dynamite. And the dynamite burn plus Moira's beam will kill Lucio in like 2 seconds. We're gonna back it up here. We're gonna watch it happen. Boom. Lucio starts taking that damage. The Moira leaves, but throws the skill orb. And, you know, the best teammate in all of Overwatch, the skill orb comes out and is going to wreck your team if left unchecked. Thankfully, the Pharah goes down, the Moira is the only one left here, and the Ashe is kind of back by the bridge over here, which means that she realistically is not going to be able to stop all of you. I think you guys take this point at this moment. Thank God, right? Thank God. But Moira goes in for another round. I'm going to put it back onto you since you are back. You use the pedal, and the same thing you did before. You use your movement ability to get through the window, and you're dropping the heals onto your team. You're keeping, your Lucio needs to be prioritized. Over all 3 of these critical targets, this is the only one that actually needs the heal from you, because he can heal them, but you can't heal all of these guys at the same time without him around. So, you're doing good, though. You did everything you could to make it to this point. It's all good. Yep, you're doing great. Again, like, I probably would have prioritized making sure that Lucio got up, but you did the right thing, making sure that your team was staying alive, so at least there's that. You're doing good. Everything's looking solid. You are in and out. You're in and out. That Reaper did it to himself, dude. Reaper, you have shotguns, man. What are you gonna do to people way over there? That was his fault, not yours. You did your best to try and throw a heal his way. It is what it is. So you're gonna reload. You're gonna keep that healing onto your team. Your Junkrat is also doing it. Junkrat's also doing it, dude. He's just like, here's my face, please shoot me. So he's just gonna stand in front of all of them. Yep. Doing anything you can to buy yourself a few extra seconds. Nobody on your team has prioritized Brig or Moira, who are the people keeping the other team alive. So everybody is kind of just fighting the Ashe and the D.Va right now. Those are not the targets that are the real threat here. These 2 are the targets that are the real threat here. But that being said, we can see what happens. We'll see how it goes, right? You're putting in damage, you're warding off Ashe. This is too long to commit to the damage. It's time to go back to healing, but I'm pretty sure you're about to. Yeah, man, that was just a little bit too long. Just a little too long. Count to 2, and after 2, you go back to your support role. Thankfully, your Lucio is here to ward off the Bob with his ultimate, and by dropping the beat right now, that's going to keep you guys alive for a few seconds, but that is not going to save anybody that Bob is targeting. Oh man, I don't know. I don't think you knew that she was there, but in the moment when you moved backwards, you saved yourself from that Pharah ult, and that's pretty goddamn clutch, right? But now that you hear justice reigns from above, the Thorn should not be being prioritized anymore. Yep, so you swap back over. Your Reaper was able to get the Pharah, so that's good. It looks like your D.Va also may have demeched the other D.Va, which is awesome for you guys. And she did. Lucio needs to make sure that his healing aura remains on the point. Now would be a fine time to utilize your... Actually, never mind. Everybody's dead. I was going to say, now would be a fine time to utilize your ult, but the only person that's left, because the Ashe just went down to the D.Va here and the Junkrat, only person that's left is Moira and Baby D.Va, and Baby D.Va is not a threat. Moira can kill you, potentially, if she gets up into your face, but I think you're fine to just hold that until the next time they come around the corner. That was good, because you need her to die, but, like, this is the one who needs to die first, then D.Va, but she is, like, such a vulnerable target that I totally understand why you killed her. And you got both of them. So everything's looking good. No. You got happy about those 2 kills. I understand. That's your tank. You are not the tank. This is death for you. If the Ashe wants to kill you, she could potentially kill you very quickly. Also, Reaper needs to teleport over to a place where he can be effective with his shotguns. Standing here, while they are all the way over there, is going to do absolutely nothing for Reaper. Yeah, just a little too damage happy. Good, you need to break line of sight with these guys and get yourself away from this point. You can hear the Pharah is on her way back. It's time to keep your team alive. Find yourself a nice little spot to chill out, and keep an eye on where Pharah is going to come from so that you can call it out for your squad. You can't see her yet, but you know that she's around. Okay, I was going to say, now you can put your Tree of Life down. The D.Va is going to D.Va Bomb. Ideally, she will not be able to launch it all the way back here, so you should just be able to gently walk behind this sign and be totally fine. That being said, your Reaper has already Wraith formed. Your Junkrat is going to probably die from this, because these characters are in a kind of a choke situation where when the D.Va Bomb comes in, if it comes into the point and lands right here, they either have to choose between dying to the D.Va Bomb or coming out and putting their back to this wall and, like, getting closer to the enemy, right? So they are likely going to die in this moment. And you guys all just get out of the way. Thankfully, with the help of the Lucio speed boost, you can see the green on their feet, right? That your team was able to get out of the way in time, and everybody survived the D.Va Bomb. That's awesome. It's now time for everybody to turn. Every single person turns and kills Brig, right? Because Brig has isolated herself from her team and has made herself the easy pick. She would have already been the pick because she is easier to kill than Moira. But that being said, now that she's completely away from everyone, everybody turns and puts one shot into Brig, and Brig dies. That was a great life grip on your tank. There's no reason for her to be out there. The Brig is already down, so you guys are good. Be careful of the skill orb. Just make sure that everybody stays up. Doing good. Doing good. Yeah, so, like, you know, potentially you could be healing them maybe from over here, where you have broken line of sight with the enemy team. That being said, that does open you up to this, kind of backwards angle for someone who was coming out of spawn. But you know they're all there, except for Brig, who is still spawning. So in this moment, like, you could, your positioning could be a little bit better, insofar as that you could be not taking any damage at all, but you're taking very little damage, so you're okay right now. It's time to throw that Tree of Life down, bro. We have waited too long on that Tree of Life. We've held it for too long. Their entire team is here. What are you waiting for? There you go. Good job. And now you use your movement ability to get back to the point. You are getting pushed in on hard, and you are probably going to die right now. There is nothing that can really save you. The only thing that you could do to save yourself would be to life grip D.Va over to you so that she could peel this Moira off of you, right? Because once the tank comes in, and D.Va is a very, very large target, once D.Va comes in, the Moira will have to deal with the fact that D.Va is in her face. But I think at this moment, with Ashe looking at you, and with Moira beaming you with her ultimate, I think you just died to the coalescence damage. Yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming, man. It is what it is. At least you got your Tree of Life out there. Your Lucio is trying to peel for you. He sees what's happening, but it just wasn't fast enough, right? If you'd have pressed this just a little bit sooner, you could have lived. But I don't think that their push will be enough to stop you guys here. You can see their D.Va is already low health. So you're doing, most of this was correct, right? D.Va's going to be out of mech here, and then the Moira is going to fade around and try and get back to the point. She's not going to be able to kill Lucio before her ultimate runs out. That being said, she probably just damage beams Lucio and kills him afterwards. But with the D.Va being out of mech and you still having a D.Va, I don't think they win this point. No, and she's not, like, her ultimate isn't even strong enough to damage Lucio through his healing aura as he amps it up. You guys are totally fine. You still win this. I'm going to back it up and out of the way. You can see that your Reaper is prioritizing the baby D.Va Oh, no, he's shooting Ashe. Okay, yeah, that's fine. No, he was shooting Baby D.Va. Baby D.Va dies last, right? Because you want the tank stagger to be as long as possible from the rest of the group so that they have to wait to go back in. Baby D.Va dies last, the rest of them die, and then she goes. But you guys get the Ashe down, so that's good. There was no reason for him to Wraith form right there. Like, he's at half health, there's nobody around him. Zero reason for him to Wraith form. See, the Moira goes down, you guys are good. And it looks like you are going to win this point against all odds, right? That took a long time. It took a long time for them to figure out that they needed to be on the point to begin with, right? We're already 6 minutes in, and you guys have just won the point. They took it all the way to 99 on the other team, but you did most of the things right. You just gotta throw out that Tree of Life just a little bit sooner. So, you start off the spawn. You are at the spawn door this time. That's good. Your Cassidy is back here playing fucking basketball. So, dude, what are you doing? It drives me crazy. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Just get to the door, bro. If you want to play basketball, turn off Overwatch and go to your local court. If it was quick play, that's one thing, right? Okay, so Cassidy at this moment, I appreciate what you're trying to do, trying to heal the Cassidy, but Cassidy has too much damage fall off to be fighting from this range. He will literally do absolutely nothing against this team. As they're coming through, his damage is going to tickle them at best, and he's going to get outranged by this Ashe completely, and any amount of damage from this Ashe is going to be infinitely more impactful than this Cassidy. He's doing it wrong. But I appreciate you sticking around. There you go. There you go. Sometimes you gotta show him where the right place to be is, right? D.Va is outside of the point here. You can see your Lucio has just figured it out, but he needs a peel real bad. This Moira is about to kill him. D.Va is all the way over here with no support, and the Lucio is not going to make it to him before he dies to the Moira beam. Yes, exactly. You heal Lucio first, and then D.Va. You grab the health pack. You didn't really need it, but that's totally fine. Bang, so you're getting your team up. You can see that the Reaper is critical right now. With the Reaper being here and being critical, having just used his Wraith form, it's going to be a few seconds before he can realistically go in. So, like, he could teleport over there and grab himself that health pack, because there's nothing, like, he can't go in without his Wraith form. Not with this many people on the point. So, like, potentially, I wouldn't even heal him. I might just heal the D.Va back up for her armor health, because she's the one who's really going to be able to stop things here. I appreciate what you were trying to do. So the Reaper is going to go in, even though he knows he has no escape tool here. He's going to put himself in extreme danger and get face-to-face with this Ashe. Although this could potentially be a one-hit for Ashe, it's more likely that Reaper just gets coach-gunned off the point, right? Oh my god, there he goes. No way. I would have never suspected. So, so Reaper's dead. Your D.Va is now out of armor health, which means she's taking significantly more damage than she would have been if you'd have just prioritized healing her. In that moment, keeping the tank in armor health is more important because that reduces the damage they take by, I want to say it's 25%. That's a significant amount less damage and will potentially make it so that you guys can actually push in this moment. Okay, you're doing your heals, you're getting your heals up. This D.Va she's begging to be demech. She's like, please, you guys, would you please take my mech away? Right, so she comes back, she tries to grab the health pack, but, oh, she does grab it. But your Lucio is gone, right? Lucio has just completely left. He's like, nah, fam, I am out. I'm gonna go pick up Cassidy, which is not a bad thing for him to do, but he completely abandoned you guys here at the point. So, you know, does he... Oh, no, so he's just gonna wait on the stairs. So there goes D.Va's mech. It's time for you to leave, bro. At this moment, you just start walking away, right? You just start walking away. You thorns the Ashe as you're walking backwards. You use your movement ability to get over here, and you just leave. You just let D.Va die. At this moment, you see what has happened. You see the error of her ways, and you don't heal her at all. You just let her be punished for her mistakes, and you just leave. Because she's not going to do anything. You're just putting yourself in danger, further staggering the amount of time that your team could actually have a team fight. At this moment, it's time for you to go. This is happening through no fault of your own. Good. You used your pedal after you had already used your movement ability. Get the height first, then use your movement ability so that you can have the height as you fall down. That will get you a greater distance. So your Reaper is dead again. because he thought, you know, hey, let me just walk up to the point here. Seems like a good call. He's got to teleport, right? Like, he could teleport up to this ledge, but, you know, who does that when you could just walk right in the front door, baby? There you go. Like, D.Va should jump off the edge. It will take less time for D.Va to jump off the edge, kill herself, and respawn with a mech than it will for her to actually get a mech back from dealing damage. She needs to stop worrying about her KD and kill herself so that she can get back and you guys can have a proper team fight. They are already a quarter of the way to winning this round.
That should do it.
And Reaper is dead, so she really has nothing to lose. Alright, she's got a mech again. Awesome. Your Cassidy is doing nothing. He, although at this distance he is more effective than he was from over there. He is rolling across the floor right now. Yep. Yep. This is fine. Like, arguably, this is fine. Don't shoot the D.Va, though. Like, she's just gonna put up defense matrix. You need to find a target that you could realistically hurt, and the only person that really needs to die right now is Mercy, right? Once Mercy goes down, their whole defense falls apart. Also, the turret being off in the corner, I know you can't see it right now, but the turret being off in the corner is a significant disadvantage for your team. So, you know, somebody needs to take care of that as well. Again, shooting D.Va is not really helping anything. You'd be better off healing your D.Va to make sure that she stays in that armor health. You know, at least you're doing something. You know, you're doing a lot more than the Reaper is, you know, who just spawned back in. Too long. You've committed to this offense for too long at this moment. 2 seconds. You have 2 seconds. Count to 2. When the 2 is over, you're back to healing. Right now, you've let D.Va go all the way out of armor health, which means she's taking more damage faster than she was before. So just remember that the orange health means the tank takes less damage. You're getting her back up. This is good. This is good. You're doing it right. Yep. You're prioritizing Lucio over the D.Va because the Lucio needs to be able to have his heal aura up. The Reaper is back and already critical again. Like, he loves his flank angles, bro. He loves to be punished for going on a flank. This is the flankingest Reaper ever. You know, like, contrary to popular belief, you don't always have to flank with Reaper. You really can walk with your tank and walk in. Flanking Reaper is great for when you have Death Blossom active, but he does not. There's kind of no reason for him to be back there. Okay, you're keeping him up, keeping D.Va up, keeping him up. Right now, you have Tree of Life, and realistically, you could use Tree of Life to push yourself in, right? You put the tree right here, and in doing so, while it won't save you while you are on the point, it will allow your team to push past this very open choke right here, and it will give your D.Va the additional hit points that she needs to potentially get a kill on somebody. She needs to dive Mercy, but she kind of can't without putting herself in extreme danger. That's too far in, right? They're just gonna turn around and kill your tree, right? You see, look at everybody. As soon as you put that up, look at how everyone turned to look at the tree, right? And yeah, Reaper is here, so potentially, you know, you get the additional hit points on Reaper, but you missed giving it to D.Va, who needs them more. D.Va doesn't have a Wraith form. And so Reaper is 1 hit point again. Like, the Lucio needs to get in there and potentially do something to save him, maybe amp it up on him. You are reloading at this moment, and when he comes out of Wraith, he's gonna die immediately. Okay, so he did get the amp it up there, but with the Molten Core going out, again, he could just burn down your tree in like a second. And yeah, he could have done that from out here too, but he would have had to have put himself in danger by walking out to put the Molten Core on the floor, right? From here, he's completely safe in this corner. He's not taking damage from anyone right now. So you're keeping D.Va up, you're keeping D.Va, she's out of mech, because she walked right through the Molten Core. And when your D.Va uses her ultimate, she kills both of their support characters. You guys have potentially won the point at this moment, and you're gonna try and keep your D.Va up. This is the right thing to do. No, you should have kept D.Va up. I think you could have kept D.Va up at that moment. But you know, it is what it is. It's a D.Va versus D.Va duel. potentially you get the kill on this Torbjorn right here. But Torbjorn, like, I don't know if you know this, Torb can turn to you and right-click you one time and kill you. So getting up into his face, your thorns have range, right? His right-click does not. So by getting up into his face, you put yourself in a potential situation where you just instantly get deleted. And you do. So that's what I'm talking about. You got to be very careful with Torb. You shoot him from range whenever possible, because like he could just, like I said, he could just right click you once and just kill you. The D.Va is coming in behind you. She is going to be demeched. This Torb is low health. So I think that you guys win this point, as long as the Mei can figure out how to left click in the general direction of the enemy team. Right, so your Lucio kills the Torbjorn, which is great for you guys. The Ashe is going down. With Bob here, this is the moment where Mei just needs to, she can wall Bob off, she can ice block onto the point. Like, the main thing here is just to survive Bob. Did not need to commit an ultimate to that. Look at where Bob ended up, right? Like, nobody even waited a second to see what would happen. Like, Bob is way out here. You could have just ice blocked him, or walled him off. And that would have been the end, right? And then you would have had a Lucio ultimate for the next point. That's not your fault, but that's poor play on the part of your Lucio. And then Lucio goes, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I have additional hit points. Let me walk directly into Bob's face and get my head blown off. He almost died to that. That was a stupid-ass move on his part. And by booping him out, by booping Bob out of the point, look who he put in danger. Oh, man. Feels bad. Feels bad, dude. I think you are up at this moment. I'm gonna bring it up. Lucio is just so proud of himself. He's like, I booped him out of the way, you guys. Yes, you did. You certainly did. Okay, right now, you are putting yourself in some extreme danger by being in this open area. So you could have used your pedal to go up over the wall here and never seen the enemy team at all. That being said, I think you're going to be fine. But that is, like, that's an option. If there's nobody here yet, you can use that pedal and just put it on cooldown real quick, because it'll come back pretty quickly. Your Reaper loves taking damage, dude. He hates having full hit points. At least he killed somebody, though. Right now, your Lucio is dead, right? Like, he came out too far, he overcommitted to this angle, and he got punished by the Ashe. The Ashe is going to try and put damage into your D.Va, and you are going to life grip her out of the way, which is going to save her. You all need to go back to the point right now. It looks like she skated your life grip, which is stupid on her part. She could have taken no damage, but instead she turned around and flew backwards. Yeah, Reaper just needs to be kept up. Everybody needs to be kept up, but everybody also needs to be aware of the fact that you are the only healer right now. You're the only support that can provide them healing, so they need to be smarter about taking damage or not, right? Like, the Mei is the only one who's doing it right now. She has broken line of sight with the enemy until you have a chance to get to her. The D.Va is standing kind of right out in the open, and although her defense matrix is up, she really needs to defense matrix against Ashe and Torbjorn, who are going to be significantly more deadly to your team than the D.Va coming in. And you can't save that Reaper. You can't save that Reaper. He is absolutely throwing. He is asking for the opportunity to see himself die in his respawn screen again. And to answer your question that you just sent me a message about, I am literally reviewing your match right now, as we speak. And I'm sure I'll see you here in a minute. Okay, there's no reason for you to be out here. Your team is about to potentially lose the point as Moira uses Coalescence, and the Torbjorn's dead, but his turret's still here. Baby D.Va is here, but your D.Va is gone. So the moment here where you guys lose the point, I think, is right now. You have kind of overcommitted to this angle with the turret and the baby D.Va. I understand why you want her dead, but going out there and fighting this out, maybe that's something that I wouldn't have done. But in this moment, I think you just leave, right? I think you just turn around and you grab this health pack and you abandon ship on this point. Like, Mei's just gonna have to die. It is what it is, right? She's in her ice block. Yeah, right now. Ooh, you missed your opportunity to break line of sight with Moira and grab this health pack on the way out. But your movement ability is on cooldown. There it goes. So you just used it. You're going to throw your pedal and jump up. But again, you used your movement ability first, and your pedal second. Just reverse the order of that in your mind there, so that you throw the pedal and then use the movement ability, because as you descend, you'll get more distance while being a harder target to actually hit. Got 19,000 heals, surprisingly, this match. That's a lot of healing. Undoubtedly, that is a lot of healing. And unfortunately, Moira's Cole was able to kill you in the time that it took for your Blossom to spawn. It sucks, but, you know, it is what it is, right? Like, you missed the health pack. Your push was over at this moment anyway. It's time to get back up with the squad. Maybe you have one more fight here. Maybe. Everybody who is here needs to leave at this moment. Lucio needs to turn around and go back to the spawn. Mei is already dead. She died to the coach gun. So everybody needs to leave, go back to the spawn, and potentially you guys get one more push out of this. Gonna have to be fast. Oh, never mind. Never mind, dude. Here comes Reaper. He's ready. He's ready to throw his life away for no reason. This guy is terrible. This dude has been the bane of my existence this entire game. Your Lucio could have come back. Like, Lucio came back to speed boost Reaper to the point. You guys need to be brought to the point. Mei and you are both slower in terms of how fast you could actually make it there. Like, Lucio just left too early. I see what he's trying to do. So your Reaper wants to use ult. He could have teleported. Again, we talked about this earlier. He could have teleported up to the window and then dropped down on them and used ult, which would have been a significantly better place to have used it than over here with absolutely no one nearby. Well played, Reaper. You're a legend. At least he didn't waste it, though. I mean, like, end the round with it in his back pocket. You know, like, I guess it's better than that. He did waste it, but you get what I mean. And you guys do end up pulling this out. That's good. You guys got real lucky. You got real lucky that Reaper was able to grab a couple of kills there. Your healing was on point. You needed to heal, and you got in there quickly. So that's good. And you get the point back here. That was your final push for this round, so that was good. That being said, I think they might take it back from you. Like, as you can see, you have a Mei ult coming up, and you have a Tree of Life coming up, but they are getting close to a Molten Core. They're getting close to a Diva Bomb. They're getting close to a Bob, and that is just a lot of damage. You know, a lot of damage that both needs to be avoided with the Diva Bomb and Bob, and the Molten Core means that you have to leave the point, which means that, you know, their team could potentially take it back from you. Right here, you are asking to be killed, knowing that there are this many people in front of you. Yes, getting a pick early could be useful, but that being said, like, the Ashe is here, the D.Va is here, Torbjorn could come over and hit you one time in the head. Like, you are begging to die by engaging with damage right now. No one needs healing, but the best thing that you could do is be out of the way and unseen. Because look how close you are to your ultimate. You're at 98%. And in 1 second, literally 1 second that I paused it, you went from 275 health to 144 health. It could be over that fast, right? You need to know, like, they have 99. I can't make a mistake at this moment. I need to be unseen so that I can use my Tree of Life and make sure that when they come back, I don't end the round with an ult in my pocket. And you get your ultimate. You went down to 114 hit points there. Very scary. Very scary moment. Just be careful of that. You held this just a little bit too long. The D.Va needs to be kept in armor health, but now your Lucio is doing the same thing that you were doing, just asking to die, right? Like, he could be up here, he could be riding the wall around, he could be doing anything but standing directly in the middle of the choke where he's an easy target, but that's what he's doing. And you life grip him, that's good. At least there's that. But now you have stolen his aura away from the rest of your team. I think Mei is about to use her freeze right here, and she absolutely should. That will halt them for at least a second. She waited too long. See, that in that moment, she could have pressed it 1 second sooner, and the freeze would have caught all of these people as they're standing here. Right now, D.Va's just going to walk out of this, and Bob already being on the point is bad news bears for your team. Potentially, the Reaper could maybe kill Bob, but I don't think the Reaper will survive Bob without the Lucio's healing aura on him. Molten Core already came out. You could see the... I didn't hear the sound effect, but you could see the lava is on the point here. The D.Va somehow she's outside of the range of this. No, just barely, right? So she ended up being frozen too. The Mercy is frozen, and this is really the target that needs to die. You can see her stupid ass look on her face as she's frozen. But like, because the Mei got pushed so hard, there's nothing that she could do to get the Mercy at this moment. It's definitely 100% time to drop the tree. 100%. Well, I don't think it's a bad idea to have engaged one of their support players right now. Killing one of their support will potentially save your team, right? But you put yourself out into this line of sight again, like I was talking about before. While I don't think you will die, because it's Baby D.Va and Torbjorn, like Torbjorn could hit you one time and take away most of your hit points. Your Thorns have range. You don't need to barrel stuff this Moira for this. But you did get her, so that's good. Your tank almost ate shit for that. But your Lucio had speed aura on like an idiot, so that's not entirely your fault either. Like, I don't know why he had speed aura on. Your Reaper was able to kill Torbjorn, and now the only thing you really have to worry about is Mercy getting a value res at this moment. That's a rough place to be, but you were able to get out of it. But now you are staring down the barrel of an Ashe with a Mercy pocket. And you've already used your movement ability at this moment. You could have walked out the door, I think, without utilizing it. But there's nothing we could do about that now. Best thing you could do would be to back up, break line of sight with Ashe, grab this, and walk around, right? Like, if you can walk around and break line of sight with her, you'll make it a lot more difficult for her to kill you. But you have to be careful, because she could coach gun you off the point. This thing needs to be at your side or at your back as much as possible, because if she coach guns you at the right moment, that could be your life instantly, right? And she tries it, but she fucked up her timing, so you're totally good. You still need to get out of there, though. And with your Lucio down, it's now you, D.Va, and Reaper against this entire push. But you see Reaper, his target priority is terrible, and he thinks, man, this tank is a big target. Let me shoot her in the face. Meanwhile, the real threat is right next to him, literally right next to him. It's like watching a video of a guy walking through like a field or something, and next to him is a snake, and he's eating a sandwich, right? Like, it's ridiculous. So you get out of the way there. For whatever reason, this Ashe is just fully committed to killing you. And like knowing, like, I get that you are the priority target right now, but knowing that she needs to be on the point, she has completely abandoned being on the point. So this is bad play, bad positioning on her part. You pull your D.Va out of there. I'm not certain you needed to, because your D.Va is like half health. But you know, she lived, so that's all good. You need to back up away from this dynamite. You can hear the ding, 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 ding going off in your headphones right now. Just back up, and you'll be fine. But you do take the damage from it. That's unfortunate. It's now time to pedal. But you were able to get that kill. You can see that Mercy is going for the res. I think that you will potentially get the kill on this Mercy. She will get the res on the D.Va, though. Yeah, and there's the D.Va. And D.Va uses her ult. Uses her mech even, but she missed the opportunity to kill you with it, which is stupid as hell on her part. She had the potential to just walk over and kill you, but she just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna call it in as soon as I spawn. And you can't kill that Mercy now because the Moira came back. And with the Moira using Cole on you and D.Va, there's nothing you guys can do to live through this at this moment. It's over. It's over. The Lucio is close to ultimate, but he's not going to be able to get there in time to save you, and D.Va is going to be out of mech by the time he makes it in. That sucks, man. Ready? Death. Instant death, right? And there's D.Va out of mech, just like I said. Here comes Mei and Lucio. The stagger train has left the station. But she uses her ult. That's great. Does she survive? I think she does. She doesn't. Feels bad, man. But it killed Torb. And it killed Mercy, and it killed Torb's turret, so that's good. It's now a much more even fight, but it's Lucio with no HP and Mei at half hit points against D.Va and Moira. The Moira just straight up wins. Like, if this Moira doesn't shit the bed, she just straight up wins this point with D.Va. They have the better team comp for winning a 2v2. Let's find out. Yep. And their diva is out of mech, so that's really good. The Moira had every opportunity to heal this diva and keep her all the way up. She needed to prioritize that. But what's going on? What's Moira doing? Classic Moira, holding down her damage beam, baby. She doesn't give a fuck that Diva's low health. She threw her a healing orb. If Diva dies, that's Diva's fault. Classic Moira, dude. She had all the tools at her disposal to have won this fight. Now it's more up in the air. And unfortunately, the Moira was able to kill Mei, and with just the Lucio left, even though it's just baby Diva, Lucio is not going to have the damage to actually kill her. And here it comes, dude. All right, fam. Lucio, it's been nice knowing you, dude. This is the end of point 2. Oh yeah, pancaked. And Reaper's going to come in and do absolutely nothing. He couldn't make it there in time. That's unfortunate, man. He had an ultimate, and he could have not died before that ultimate went out, and then he would have been able to use it to have secured the point for you guys. That's unfortunate. Okay, again, everybody should be smashing W against this door. Just smash that W key. But no, but slow walking Mei is just gonna be over there. You know, the only Diva's over there. You and Lucio are standing all the way at the back of the room. Are we playing Overwatch or not, bro? Yeah, you guys, you have the movement ability, and Lucio's with you to speed boost you. But again, that's like 1 second that you could have been there sooner. I know that sounds stupid, but sometimes 1 second is literally the thing that makes the difference. Your Diva has figured out how to tank by round 3, so that's good. In the beginning of this game, if you remember, Diva was just kind of standing there staring at them from the other side of the bridge, so at least she figured out how to move forward now. You're doing good. Everything is good here. Your positioning is totally fine. The Diva is on the health pack, so you can't actually take that. You are out of the way of most of the people, aside from a little bit of damage from your back. You're keeping everybody alive. The Reaper is trying to die again, but at least he's in the right place. And here he goes, dude. Flanking Reaper. Just gonna go off all by his lonesome. What's a support? He doesn't need those, dude. Support? Never heard of him. You see Reaper is already low health. You're keeping your Lucio and your Diva alive as best as possible. Again, Lucio is the priority target because his AoE healing aura, but your Diva staying in armor health also very important. You're good. You guys are good. You're gonna keep Mei up. Awesome. The Reaper is critical health. Don't worry about him. That's his stupid ass fault. All right, so you save him. He comes back to you. You committed a little bit far for that, and you just took a Helix rocket to the face. So you got to be very careful. Right here, you are significantly better to heal your team than out here. And that's only a few feet difference, but that angle makes all of the difference in terms of the amount of damage you take. You can see how much health you lost from that Helix rocket. I think you're at like 99 hit points, 98 hit points right now. Okay, so you use your movement ability, but in doing so, you kind of used it in a way that line of sighted your team. If you'd have used it in this direction, not only are you close to the health pack, which, you know, Reaper is obviously going to steal from you, but you're close to the health pack, and you could still see your team. You're doing great. You guys are doing awesome. Just a little bit too long in this open sight line between you and the soldier. You can heal people from behind cover. The soldier has to see you to heal, to kill you, right? Doing great. Everything is great. All is right with the world here. Yup. And, like, your team is taking a pretty consistent amount of damage, but they're monopolizing all of your APM right now, because every second they need a heal, and you are never able to put in damage. This is not your fault, but if your team played a little bit better positioning, you would be able to throw some damage out there and potentially snag a pick. You're doing all the right things right now. Reaper is trying to die again. And, okay, so right now, you see that Diva has no more orange health. It's time to funnel heals into Diva until she gets back into that orange health bar. Yep. Good. Awesome. And now you can worry about, like, you can let Mei get healed by the Lucio aura. You can see that he is amping it up right now based on this little motion that he's doing with his fingers, right? That is the amp it up. And you doing damage right now is exactly what you want to do. You need this to potentially get a pick. And now it's time to stop. Good. Awesome. You're doing great, dude. You have implemented almost everything that I talked about. Everything that I talked about except for, like, slight angles, right? Slight angle variations. And you are totally solid. There's no real need for you to use your pedal at this moment, but you can have 2 pedals active, right? So, like, like, you can have one and then let the cooldown come up. So, potentially, I would have just thrown, like, an oh shit pedal kind of off to the side, right? In case you need an oh shit pedal. You could even have thrown it, like, back over here so that you can get up to this mega. And then you can let your pedal cooldown reset itself. And that way, you know, you have one in your back pocket, always ready in case you need to get out of there quickly. But you do have Tree of Life here, so when they advance on the point, it's going to be time to tree. But you need to call it out with your Lucio, because at this moment, it's about to be silly time on the point, right? So, Mei just used Freeze, which means their Lucio is going to drop the beat, which means your Lucio is going to drop the beat, and the thing that you don't want to do is waste too many ultimates in a single fight. So right now, it would be time to communicate to Lucio, hey, I'm going to use Tree. Or Lucio says to you, hey, I'm going to drop the beat. And in that moment, you guys save yourself from overcommitting. And there goes their Lucio. He used his ult, but he got interrupted by D.Va booping him. So in that moment, like, he actually can't... Is it D.Va booping him, or did he freeze? He froze. So he wasted the opportunity to utilize his ultimate, and now D.Va is in his face. And so right now, you don't even need to. Neither of your supports need to ult at all. You need to life grip this D.Va, I think. Although she's there with Lucio, her being critical health, maybe she lives. There's no one out there to boop her. She's gonna get some damage in on this Moira, and then she turns around and walks back in. I would have life gripped this D.Va. Her being right here, you saw her kind of dive over here with her movement ability. That means that, like, if something goes wrong and she falls off the edge, your guy's push is over. But she can't kill... I would be extremely surprised if she kills this Moira before Moira just fades off into the distance and disappears, right? Let's watch the kill feed. Oh, shit, man. And so this is the moment where your oh shit pedal would have came in handy. You can see your D.Va is good with the Lucio over there. And right now you're about to pedal to get away from this Ashe. That's the right thing to do. And then I think you just stay on the pedal, because Ashe actually doesn't have the DPS to kill your pedal in the air before you get peel from your team. Right? Bang. That was slick movement on your part. You maybe could have just jumped to it, but that being said, you are now in a place where you are significantly better off because you can heal from here in complete safety. Slick. I like it. And again, you're utilizing this complete safety here. You're totally good. See, your Reaper is asking for it, but you're not going to let him die. Everything is good. Everything is cool. He doesn't need to be up here. Yup. Everything's going great. You guys are destroying them in point 3, but your Mei just went down. So this is going to be their opportunity, right? They see that Mei goes down. This is their opportunity to get aggressive and push hard. This is the moment where if they don't push in, they potentially lose this game entirely. We'll see what happens. Yep, here they go. You could have stayed up there. You could have stayed up there and dropped the tree. But that being said, you fell, so it is what it is. Aw, man, dude. That sucks, dude. So, you life gripped someone. They're utilizing their ultimates. Your D.Va is utilizing her ult. And right now, you took the L from the D.Va bomb. Again, if you'd have been up here and she used that, you could have just walked backwards, right? And you would have been fine. Slight angle changes. But everything else, you are on point with. Unfortunately, D.Va dies in the moment that her mech goes off, right? And your Reaper, again, he's doing it a second time. He's diving down to use ult on absolutely no one. This Lucio would be stupid to walk into it. He could just back up at this moment. I don't think your Reaper gets any value out of this, and if he does, I'd be very surprised. We're gonna see what happens. 0 value. Your D.Va got tack visored. The enemy Moira is using Cole on Reaper right now. He's going to have to Wraith form over here to this health pack where Ashe is going to be waiting for him and Soldier is going to be waiting for him. So I think you guys lose the point right now. Oh my god, he did get the Lucio. That Lucio is dumb as hell, dude. He could have just walked away. Reaper hard committed to the fight. There's nothing wrong with that. Dying right now is the perfect time to die because you have all died at the same time. I'm gonna put it back on you. Who's critical up there? Lucio just needs to stop, right? Like, it's time to get with the tank. Time to get up with the squad and get in for that 5v5. Yeah, D.Va knows what's up. Group up, exactly. Lucio came back, that's good. Mei is over there, using her oven mitt to punch the wall for some reason. I don't understand why, but that's what she's up to. And Reaper's about to spawn. You guys are going to be good for another team fight. Got plenty of time. And this is why we don't leave the spawn, right? When the team fight is over and we're waiting for everybody to come in, we stay in the spawn until we're all ready to roll, because this is what happens when you don't. And now it's just you. Now you have to wait for Lucio. And that squanders your time advantage. D.Va needs to not go in. She just saw Lucio die. Why would you go into a 4v5 scenario? You were able to get through that choke without having to use your movement ability, which is awesome. You're funneling heals into D.Va, which is exactly what you need to do. Everything is going great. It's time to tree. And maybe now you tree because you saw D.Va dove in there. But, like, it's definitely time to tree at this moment. You definitely want to make sure that because you are down a support, although Lucio is back now, maybe call it out. Maybe Lucio goes first, right? Because his is arguably the more impactful ultimate than tree. But that being said, you know, if you're going in, it's time to go in. They have no ultimates to contest you right now, except for Bob, but Ash is dead, so... Your Reaper wants it so badly. But where is he? All alone. No support around him at all. 1 HP. The flanking Reaper does it again, dude. I doubt that you could, if you win this fight and you take the point back, I doubt that you could get another tree before they come back for their final fight. And also, Lucio still has his, so you know that you're good in that scenario. But with Moira here, shit gets sketchy, right? So you go up to complete safety. That is strong positioning on your part. You can see your Reaper is dead, but there Lucio and Moira are the only ones left here on the point, and their soldier is back here, but he has like 2 hit points left, right? So like, it would be stupid of him to push. He's gonna go grab that health pack. You are safe right now. You just keep Mei and you keep D.Va up from the complete safety of this high ground position. He can't actually advance on you long enough. That's a totally fine time to use the tree. Lucio is holding on to this ult for his dear life. So that was a totally fine time to have used it. Now it's time for him to drop the beat, exactly, to combat Bob, because you guys are in a shittier scenario than they are. Their Lucio goes down, their soldier goes down. You guys are taking the point back, but with Bob here, that's a long stagger. That's like an 8-second stagger or something like that. So, you just need to stay up here and be safe, right? Just stay by the tree. Let them stay by the tree. You keep your health, keep your team alive. You're tossing out the damage. There's nothing wrong with tossing out the damage while they are all kind of still close to full hit points. And let me, hang on. You've committed a little bit long to this, but you did get the D.Va out of mech, and she is dead. It's time to go back to healing. I'm sure you know that. Yep. Exactly. Super solid positioning on your part. Yep, you peel for the Mei, who needed it at that moment. You see your Reaper is back. He just killed the soldier. Your D.Va is going in hard, and she needs to stay by the point. Yes, bro. Yes. You show her that is not where you're supposed to be. In actuality, you get your ass over here, and you stand on the point where we need you. You're not going to throw your life away. That is exactly the right moment. Great life grip. And she just figured it out. She's like, no, well, why did he life grip me? And she has to sit there for a moment and actually let it calculate in her mind why she got life gripped. But you did the right thing. That is exactly what you wanted to do. It's not your fault D.Va's too stupid to know. You overshot it with your movement ability. That sucks, right? That sucks. But, you know, potentially you still live through this. With their Lucio ultimate going out, it's a good time for your D.Va to use her ult. It just hit overtime. Right now, if she presses ult on the point, they all have to break line of sight with it, which means that they all have to run either on the other side of this central pillar or out here, which means they abandon the point. She's gonna save it for when her life gets very low, but she should be using it right now. Lucio calls out for help, and you give him the help that he needs. You are getting close to your tree again. You're halfway. Lucio's going to get his before you do. You're going to throw this pedal, and you're going to get back up to that high ground position again. Yup, and you didn't miss it this time. And you hear that that your diva, I heard suiting up. Their diva tries to call in her mech, but unfortunately for her, she dies before she gets a chance to. Yup, you're keeping everybody alive. Yes. Your Mei went down, but that's totally fine. Mei didn't have an ultimate anyway. Reaper's saving that ult in case he needs it. And this is game right here, dude. This is game. That was... And you team kill it for the end. That was extremely, extremely strong positioning on your part. You were in the right place at the right time. You used tree at the right time. You used life grip when the diva needed to be repositioned because she was going in and committing her life to a fight that she couldn't win and line of sighting her healers. You did everything right in this game, except for certain times where your angles were just a little bit off. And I think if you just work on those angles just a little bit, and you remember to count to 2 when you start DPSing, 1, 2, and as soon as you would get to 3, you stop DPSing and you go back to supporting. The 2-second rule is important. But once you do that, like, everything was pretty much perfect, dude. You did great this game. I think you're getting better and better at this character, and your life grip timing is on point, dude.